welcome to another special episode of the DC Guys. Dun 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 dun. I'm your host Adam.
I'm
Alanna.
I was about to interrupt you. And I'm Todd.
And we got a lot of fun topics to talk tonight, folks. So let's get to it.
But more importantly, that's how you do an intro, Alanna.
Please, I know I'm good at this. I suck.
But yeah, this one's going to be very news-centric. We got a lot of big news that came out. Everything from the dynamic duo to two new shows in the works. Or I guess got green light.
Yeah.
Video game news. Alan Richardson is talking again.
He's talking, yep. But he's not Batman anymore.
Yeah.
It's someone else. So we're going to come up with our thoughts of who he could be.
And then we're going to end this up. We're going to talk about a couple books.
Yeah.
DC KO. Knightfight.
Yep, Knightfight.
And we're also going to talk about the first appearance of Supergirl.
Yep, Action Comics 252.
Nerd. You know what the best part about it is? It's not just one first appearance. It's two. Who's that second person?
We'll be finding out later soon.
But let's start off with the day. Want to start with the TV shows?
Yeah.
All right. So, because we actually talked about V for Vendetta last week, they announced V for Vendetta, the TV series.
Which I was surprised they were doing because I was like, oh, well then again, how old is the movie again?
20 years.
It's like 20 years, so it's like, yeah, I guess they could make a TV show now, but are they gonna stick to the book? Because, the movie kind of strayed away from the book just a little, but, still just as much as the book, but now it's just like, okay, if you're gonna do the TV show, at least stick to the whole book. Because they did leave stuff out from the book, or out of the book in the movie.
The way I was looking at it when I was reading on Variety was it will be very much the comic book adapted into the HBO. Now, HBO is very well known for adaptations. I mean, we are getting the Harry Potter series, which we're not going to talk about that. I'm excited. Another day. But I do think it's going to be really good. Watchmen was good on HBO.
Yeah.
The Penguin is really good on HBO.
Yeah.
And then probably my most anticipated series of next year, maybe for a lot of DC projects, Lanterns. So I have a lot of faith. Peter Safran and James Gunn will be executive producers. Do we need it? No. But
I'm okay with it.
I'm good with it. A lot of people love the movie. A lot of people read the comic.
Well, the funny thing is, at the comic shop, we now have the compact version of the comic. So it's like, you know what? I think that's very fitting. People could pick up the actual book and just read it before they go into the show that's supposedly coming out. Now, did they give a date?
No date yet. This book also too, this V for Vendetta book is, comic book teachers, they want you to read that book because it's very heavy duty history in ways.
Well, we don't know if they want kids to read that book anymore because it's very rated M for mature.
Unfortunately, I really think that this book, V for Vendetta, is a very important part of history in many ways. But let me ask you this, Todd. This show comes out, it's a huge hit. Does it affect the world? Does it affect America?
No.
It's going. I'm hoping it's going to be an Elseworld story. That's what I'm really hoping. I'm hoping it'll be in that Elseworld story. They'll show there's a very darker part of the DC universe where Elseworld stories can be dark if they want to be. So yeah.
I don't want it to be really connected to anything. I just want it to be a standalone story.
Yeah.
It's not connected to Elseworld. This is just happens to be a DC project.
And that's what the original movie was too.
Yeah.
Had no connection other DC affiliates, and it was its own standalone series. No mention of Batman, no mention of Superman, none of that. It's just its own thing, which I like.
Yeah, so I read something really weird today about whether it's do you know Pennyworth was the prequel series? They were gonna lead Pennyworth into V for Vendetta. It was really interesting because it takes place all in London.
Huh.
Yeah, that's why I was like, huh.
Well, you know what else happens on a Monday?
What else happens on Monday, Todd?
Solomon Grundy. So with that logic, what Pennyworth and then a Solomon Grundy TV show and then V for Vendetta?
Yeah.
No.
They were creating a DC universe themselves. Hey, everyone was creating DC universe at the time before James Gunn was coming in.
Yeah.
I mean, you had CW, you had your Showtime Cinemax universe, then you had the movie universe that was dying in many ways because CW was killing it, and then you had the streaming platform of DC Universe, Titans and Doom Patrol and
Swamp Thing.
Oh, Swamp Thing was good. I don't care what people say. No, yes, Peacemaker. Yep.
Yeah. But it's not the only television show.
No.
Today, I guess we are shooting on a Monday, which is usually not our normal recording day. But today, Bat Family, the animated series, came out.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to this. I watch anything Batman. I really do. I've watched the Christmas special. I enjoy it. Yeah. I plan on watching it in December.
Yeah.
I think it's just a cute little series, kid. It's a good, cute series for kids. I haven't read the comic. I read the comic. Was cute.
Yeah. It's different, and it doesn't, it's harmless. It's fun.
Yeah.
That's the main thing. It is fun, and the fact that they're going to expand it.
They make fun of the greatest scene is they make fun of the Tim Burton and the Schumacher universe too. It's kind of cool.
Every time I look at that Batman though, I'm like, why does he look like the Crimson Chin?
Here comes the Crimson Chin.
I just can't get it out of my head. I'm like, no, that's Batman, but he looks like the Crimson Chin.
I'm not gonna lie, I like Batman with the beard in this. I'm like, oh, that's kind of cool. That's kind of cool.
He's rocking the dad beard.
He's rocking that beard.
So, talking about the Crimson Chin, who would win in a fight? Batman or the Crimson Chin?
Oh,
Crimson Chin. I really believe the Crimson Chin.
And no prep time. No prep time.
I would like to think the Crimson Chin because, you gotta think of all the gadgets he's got too.
Yeah.
He fought Catman, who was also voiced by Adam West.
Yeah, but he was an actor. This is the Crimson Chin. He was bitten by a radioactive toxo host.
And then don't forget his arch enemy, Nega Chin.
That and the
bronze
kneecap. I mean, if all fails, he goes into the veto position. Do you mind?
Well, and then there's his sidekick.
Clef. The boy Chin Wonder.
Is that technically Damien and Bat Family?
No, that's Grayson.
That's Grayson, very much so.
However, we all hate him, so he's more like Jason Todd. I'm sorry Timmy Turner was a dick.
Yeah.
Yeah. Literally took away.
Well, he made that wish where he didn't grow old or anything, so he could keep Cosmo and Wanda.
I mean, it's selfish, but hey, he was enjoying his life.
Yeah, they were his friends. But outside of that, this is the big news, which was rumored for a while.
It was rumored.
DC Crimes, a Jimmy Olsen story or show.
I know how excited you are for this.
There's technically a book. Too.
Yeah. Superman's pal Jimmy Olsen, written by Matt Fraction.
Yeah.
Phenomenal. That's what I was really hoping the TV show would be based around, which it could be. Who knows? Because I just think it's funny that the only thing that's keeping the Daily Planet around is Jimmy Olsen. But it sounds like this is mystery and Jimmy Olsen's a part of it. Girl Garad is going to be the main villain, which I'm a little bit disappointed with.
Why
I know that sounds so weird. I was really hoping it was Bruno Mannheim. I really want this to be like at the last episode. Darkseid's right there. Why? Because Darkseid's first appearance was a Jimmy Olsen book. And I just think that would be hilarious. And it sounds like they're going a more serious route, which really kind of... I'm not upset about that. But I'm like, I want there to be, an episode where Superman's forcing Jimmy Olsen to marry a monkey. I want an episode where Jimmy Olsen gives Superman a bathrobe and Superman's like, "You're not my son." I want them to recreate that. And I feel like if this is set in this new Superman universe and it's, evolves around James Gunn, I feel, would do something like that. I want him to be a giant monster attacking Metropolis because I think that would be funny. But it just sounds like it's just he's trying to solve a mystery and Gorilla Grodd's around it, which not a problem with it. I think it's different. I think it's completely different. I'm really excited, and I'm glad that Gorilla Grodd's going to get some shine, and especially after Creature Commandos.
Yeah.
Then the bigger question comes in: is the Flash? Because
we haven't really heard much about the Flash. The last time I had heard was that some of the actors can come back, and I had overheard that Ezra Miller was going to come back, but we don't know about that anymore.
I would be very shocked if he did.
I would be too. I definitely would be too.
With all the controversies and things like that, I would be very, very shocked. I wouldn't have a problem. Let's just say they did a Crisis, and he was a Flash in that. That to me is a little bit different. But to make him your main Flash, no.
I wouldn't have him as the main Flash, because then it's like, okay, so now the Snyderverse is connected to this universe. It's like, I'd rather he be a Crisis Flash than the main universe Flash. I'd rather have someone new.
Yeah.
I'm hoping that Ezra Miller stays in this universe where the Schumacher universe is, and I'm hoping Jason Momoa as Aquaman still exists, and Barry Allen's Flash or Ezra Miller's Flash exists. George Clooney's Batman exists. I'm hoping Nicolas Cage's Superman exists in there too.
I always said this. This is I want them to make a Crisis, and they really, in my honest opinion, need to make a Crisis now rather than later, for the sole purpose of the main actors. Michael Keaton, George Clooney, they're old.
Yeah.
And I want them to have that final, this is their final goodbye, type deal.
You could have all the television actors too.
Yeah.
You just be I heard Dean Cain's not doing anything these days. But
back to DC Crimes.
DC Crimes, it sounds really interesting. I was actually hoping it was going to be the villain of the week.
Yeah.
I was really hoping, episode 1, Jimmy solves a crime and it leads into Gorilla Grodd, and then episode 2, it's something different. Episode 5, it's Jimmy Olsen goes to Gotham City and investigates a swamp, and it's Solomon Grundy.
I think it'd be really quick. What I would love is I would love that to be this show, and I'd be like, okay, episode 1, you get your A-list, villain. You get Gorilla Grodd. Episode 2, you get the bottom of the barrel. Give me Condiment King. He goes to Gotham City, and it's the Condiment King. Episode 3, back to an A-list villain. Give me, Felix Faust, Episode 4, Calendar Man. Episode 5, it's Darkseid.
Todd loves Darkseid, really bad.
Last episode, Darkseid, and I want it to be Snyder's Darkseid. I want that, because here's my thing. Snyder, not Snyder, but the new gods live outside of the multiverse.
Yeah.
So to me, there's only one Darkseid.
To me, even James Gunn has said Zack Snyder did a great job with Darkseid, and you know what? You watch the Snyder cut; it is really he does a great job for Darkseid, and I mean, I will say this: as many co-hosts here say it's dead, and it is dead, but I would have still wouldn't mind watching a part 2 and a part 3 to close that trilogy, but that thing would have cost billions and billions of dollars.
Just give me the comic.
Oh, I want a comic. I want a comic, or I want an animated movie at this point.
Yeah.
Just give it. It's easy. Call it an Elseworld story.
So what do you think of DC Comics?
Part of me was like, oh, I kind of hope it would be kind of like the book,
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, I don't know. I'm interested to see where they're going with it and how they're gonna do it. But yeah, I do want Darkseid at some point because I think that would just be funny, but also setting up everything else. But it's like, obviously Darkseid's not gonna cause any, humongous trouble because that's too early right now. We don't have our Wonder Woman or Batman just yet, or Aquaman. So it's just, I don't know. I think it's gonna be it's gonna have some comedy to it because it's Jimmy Olsen, and it's like, I would want them to do a villain of the week type of deal, because it's just like you got Jimmy just interviewing all these guys, and it's just like, how is this guy not dead from these villains? But it's Jimmy. It's Jimmy.
And it could happen,
It could happen, but
and then you just have the overarching villain be Gorilla Grodd.
Yeah.
Hear me out. I just thought about this too. Eve. I got a feeling Eve's gonna be in this show.
I think it'd be really funny. It's just like
it's like Scooby Doo.
For some reason, I'm still imagining Jimmy Olsen being forced to marry a monkey, and that's what causes all these problems with Gorilla Grodd.
Yeah.
And Eve has a problem with it because he married a monkey.
Yeah. She's like, Jimmy, I thought we were gonna be forever.
I really hope it's the whole news team.
Yeah.
Minus Lois. Maybe have Lois Lane cameo.
Yeah.
But give me your sports guy. Give me Perry White. Give me, these side characters.
I'm hoping what it is Perry's got a mission for Jimmy to go on. I need you to go find what's going on over here. Take pictures. Give me the scoop. Then you send it to Lane. And then we take it from there. But we're finding out that this little thing that Jimmy was sent on is something bigger, and Jimmy wants to investigate. And he's trying to get a hold of, Superman, and nothing's working. And he's like, you know what? I'll just do it myself.
Yeah.
Perry White demands one thing.
Yeah.
One thing only. Pictures of Spider-Man.
I want pictures of Spider-Man.
His best friend is J. Jonah Jameson.
I wonder how well Peter Parker and Jimmy Olsen would be as friends.
Oh, they'd be great.
Oh, they'd be great friends.
Jimmy Olsen would probably flirt with MJ or Gwen or whoever Peter's dating at the time. See, one thing I also want to see, I want to see Jimmy flirt with all these girls because he's like this ladies' man in Superman. So I want to how does Jimmy do this? How does he get all these girls?
Yeah, but
especially
also,
with the monkey.
Yeah.
Well, and then it's like, if they do add Eve to it, then it's just like, Eve will be off in the corner.
Have them break up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I do think Gorilla Grodd will set something up with Salvation Island.
I think that'd be really cool.
Yeah, because Gorilla Grodd was part of Salvation Island as well.
Well, it also depends on what's actually going on.
Watch it be after Man of Tomorrow.
Yeah. That's my only big thing when I hear about Salvation. I'm just like, this is cool. I like the idea. Are you going a little bit too fast, Mr. Gunn?
It is,
or is he setting this up to a point where, okay, now we can put Superman. We're gonna put Superman on here. Like, we took Superman off the field. And now we can put more villains in when we have more product.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's where it's going. I really do think because this looks like this is gonna be a multiple season series.
Yeah.
This might affect each. There might be a movie and then a Jimmy Olsen series that drop, and then Jimmy Olsen season 2 or DC crimes, and then we investigate this, and then we find out that this villain connects to the next movie a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which would also be cool.
But I really do hope Jimmy Olsen interviews Condiment King. That sounds awesome. And he's just got mental problems.
And look, we'll get to see Gotham.
I've always been wanting to make a Condiment King short, and I think I came up with it today.
Okay.
And I have it opening. I had this opening where everyone's escaping Gotham, so you see all the villains, and you just see the Condiment King depressed.
Oh.
And the Joker shows up to him. He gives him a gun. Says, "Don't leave."
Mm-hmm.
And hands him the gun, and he looks at the gun. Puts the gun to his head because he's like, he's the worst of the worst, the dumbest of the dumb.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he points the gun right at the Joker and kills the Joker.
Okay. It's interesting. Okay.
Yeah. And then he steals the fear gas from Scarecrow and decides to put it all in the mustard of Gotham City.
Oh, gosh.
Okay. Not where I thought this was going, but okay. See, I thought the Condiment King would just be an origin of he was a guy from he was a hot dog stand guy, and someone hid his hot.
So here's the thing.
No,
So I had another idea too. I wanted to do an origin of it, and it was just Hugo Strange is like, we're gonna cure you, and he goes in this backstory, and it's your typical backstory, abusive father who worked at the ketchup factory, like
Mom worked at the mustard factory.
Yeah, like one day, just father took it too much, and he just decides to shove ketchup down his throat and kills his father. But he's like, since it's Gotham City, no one really investigated it or anything like that. So he's like, you know what? Saves up all his money, buys a hot dog cart, gets destroyed in a battle between Batman and the Joker, and he goes, if I want to be serious in the city, I need to become a villain.
He's like in Avatar, the cabbage guy.
Yeah, but then he becomes
cabbages, but instead my condiments.
Exactly, just like if I'm going to be taken seriously in the city, I have to become a villain, and he becomes the Condiment King.
I just remember, what was it in the episode Make Him Laugh in anime series, where he goes hot sauce, and then he shoots it into the waiter's mouth. He goes, hot sauce, or he'll scream horseradish. Batman's going
Relish.
Talking about the Condiment King, there are open auditions now for the dynamic duo.
Yes.
So Adam, when are you gonna audition? When I'm making your reel?
I don't know. Whenever. I guess. I mean, I'd love to audition for like Dick or Tim.
I said to him beforehand. I said, you know what? I want to audition. I want him to audition, and I want Lorenzo to audition, and I want Lorenzo to be Jason Todd.
Yeah, and then he wanted me to audition for Batman.
And I was going to be the Joker.
Yeah.
With the crowbar.
And I get to yell the line, Jason. And I do the... He's dead!
or there's the other one where he's alive!
Oh yeah, the famous, he's alive! The two panels, DC literally, I don't know if you know about this, DC literally had two times, there was either, we have him killed, and we have one where he's alive.
Oh, I'm aware of that.
Yeah.
Do you have the reprint of where he's alive?
I have it in a trade paperback, yes.
Yeah. I actually, when they released it on the single issues, I got that one. I thought that was really cool. Did you read they actually continued it?
No, okay, so I've been wanting, so I have I picked up the first issue, I was so excited, and then, life happens. I will get to it again eventually, because I do want to read that, because I actually want to know what if he had actually survived, what had actually happened.
Yeah. He goes crazy.
So basically. Everything that's going on with him as the Red Hood.
Yeah. Just not as murderous.
So there were some set photos, like some production photos, and the art looks really cool.
Yeah.
I'm very much getting a vibe of Coraline, and a bit of James and the Giant Peach. I was looking at that. I thought of Wallace and Gromit and Chicken Run when I'm looking at this art. When I'm looking at all this,
I see Godzilla.
I do too.
That's what I'm seeing, and I know it's going to be animated, and I know it's going to be puppetry. So I'm really, after seeing this, I'm like, what are you guys gonna do?
It also shows me what's going on. Also, again, why Matt Reeves has been pushing Batman Part 2 behind a lot.
Mm-hmm.
This man is literally working on so many Batman projects.
Oh yeah.
They were talking about that Matt Reeves has been wanting to tell a Robin story. So not only are we getting a Batman story in an Elseworld, we're also getting, the Penguin stories, but we're getting a Robin story in the DC universe, in the DCEU, the DC Studios. So I'm also interested, again, with Robin. We're getting these Robin stories. Are we going to get Robin in Batman Part 2? Because of the Haunted Night, are we going Long Halloween, Haunted Night, and then Dark Victory? Are we doing the famous Jeff Loeb run?
I really hope not. I would like him to be in the third one.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I would love it to be where... Because, he talked about how it wanted to be a trilogy. I would love it to be, like, Joker attacks the circus.
Yeah.
And he takes on Dick Grayson. Raises him. Dick Grayson finds out he's Batman. He wants to join him.
Mm-hmm.
The same old.
Same old.
But at the same time, it's so weird. One of my favorite YouTubers, Patrick Williams, I think best describes why Robin is so hard to adapt. He says, "You are training a little boy for war."
Yeah. Robin was created in the 40s. This was at a time where, because kids couldn't be superheroes, but you could be Robin. You could go work with Batman. And then the 60s, the 50s, the 60s, the 70s, the 80s, and then the 90s is where kind of Robin kind of starts leaning away from like the movies, and because one movie killed the idea of Batman and Robin. 97's Batman and Robin. They because of wanted to go to the 60s. Robin now, to a lot of people know Robin as Damian and Tim, and then a lot of people just know Dick Grayson as Nightwing because of Teen Titans.
But I mean, it's just how can you tell a dark story like the Batman with Robin? To
be honest, you really can't.
No.
Not anymore. Now, get Teen Titans.
Yeah.
Golden.
Yeah.
Golden. Robin has always been teased in, The Dark Knight Rises. His name, Jonathan Blake's name was Robin. Jonathan Blake. And then we had Titans.
Mm-hmm.
And then
Fuck
we hit
Batman.
Yeah, exactly. That was a great line. I'm sorry. He was fighting in Detroit for some reason. He was in Detroit when he was there. And then of course the iconic the Robin suit in Batman vs Superman, which I thought we were gonna go really further with that, but we didn't.
Yeah, no, we didn't, unfortunately, which I was a little upset with, because I was just like, oh, well, I want to know a lot more.
Yeah.
Well, he came out there and said it was Dick Grayson, which kind of made me mad, but
yeah.
But it was a different twist of that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But coming into Dynamic Duo, I think it's just a good idea with all these Robins, and I'm hoping it's gonna be like old wounds from Batman the Animated Series. The episode where Tim is fighting someone, and then Nightwing comes down, fights beats this guy up, goes, "Here, kid, I think you lost this." And Robin goes, "You just sound just like him." And it's a story about Robin, about what goes on with Batman, between Robin and Batman. There was the fallout. I like to hear each story about, like, what the Robin story of it for, and then you have, like, Batman in the background. Like, oh, this is why I left Batman, or this is why I moved on to being something else.
Mm-hmm.
So you couldn't keep it in your pants, Bruce.
What are you hoping for Dynamic Duo?
I actually like that idea. I think it'd be kind of cool. I think it'd be kind of cool to have it be Grayson and Todd speaking to Dick, or speaking to Tim. I want, and I know Lorenzo has said this, but this is what I really want. Since it's probably going to be with puppetry, I want them to recreate Jason Todd's scene, and when he beats the crap out of him, it's string that comes out. I want something really funny with that.
Mm-hmm.
But also, like, make it funny, but also make it, like, dramatic.
Yeah.
So, like, with a little bit different lighting, yes, it's string that comes out when it's blood, but you added, like, the sad music, different lighting, so it's, like, it's still creepy.
Yeah.
I want that. I want it to feel, I don't want to make it feel like it's a Lego movie, but I want to, at the same time, have that humor with it, with Spider-Verse.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because I'm looking at this is supposed to be a very humor. When I look at it, I'm seeing very humor, and from the descriptions and things, it's supposed to be a comedy, not necessarily. I don't want Damien.
No.
I want them to save Damien for Brave and the Bold. But I like the idea. Just they're telling stories, and maybe they're working together. Maybe Batman's missing, and Dick Grayson shows back up, and Jason Todd's back, and he's like, "What's up?" Yeah. They're working together to figure out where Batman is.
Yeah.
That'd be a good one.
Yeah. Alfred calls them both back, or maybe Batman goes missing because of Jason Todd's death. Jason Todd shows up. Do Under the Red Hood, but have it more of a comedic, touch. I would love to see a really cool miniature Gotham City, with stop motion, puppetry, things like that. I think would be really cool. I just want it to be different. I think that's the main thing. Like, give me that same spark that I got when I saw Spider-Man Enter the Spider-Verse, or Beyond the Spider-Verse. Something that's, when I look at it, I see art. I'm not necessarily the story, but I am seeing art, and you're able to use that art to tell that story.
Okay. Alanna.
I'm with Todd on that. I mean, honestly, I want something new. It's not that I don't like what was done before, but it's like I feel like it's just been done so many times, whereas we need something new.
I'm hoping it's gonna be like a mix of everything. A little bit of puppetry, a little bit of animation, and then a little bit of clay animation.
Yeah.
Because when I was, like I said, when I was looking at these photos, I thought there was gonna be some clay animation, which clay animation is very hard to do these days, but
It is.
but
Yeah.
it will be really well done. I mean, it's not supposed to come out to 2028, so
I thought it was 27.
or 27. So
I could be wrong. Could be.
I mean,
Could get delayed.
it could get delayed. It's Matt Reeves.
Yeah.
Matt Reeves delays a lot of things.
But talking about Matt Reeves, didn't he talk about a Catwoman cartoon?
So in
short,
yeah. So when the House of Zaslav Axe came in, there were over 57 DC projects that he axed. DC had Walter Hamada had 57 DC projects, and they all got axed.
I wonder why.
just you wait until the next company buys Warner Brothers.
Exactly, they'll have greenlight 300 DC projects at that point.
There is a tie-in for DCKO Knightfight.
It's so good. It really is. I like that it's it's the future. Bruce Wayne is a very big cost. Why Robins are dead.
Yeah.
Spoiler.
But here's the thing.
Yeah.
Spoiler again.
Yeah.
They're not dead.
They're not. My thing is that Batman DC won't let Batman die.
Yeah.
Batman somehow finds a way out all the time.
Yeah.
But I think it'd been really cool if they actually kept him dead. But I do like the fact that you're giving, you got to have a Batman story.
Yeah.
Yep.
I do like how he survives this.
Mm-hmm.
What I'm mad about is like, hey, Mr. Terrific, is there any chance we can maybe reproduce this for everybody else? Why didn't you talk to Mr. Terrific about this? Like, or even Lex Luthor? Like, I hate saying that. Like, talk to your smart people that know techie.
Mm-hmm.
But I do like the idea. It's just like he figured out a way to cheat the system, cheat the game,
Yeah.
and I hope that does play a role. Like, to me, Batman is cheating on this tournament.
Oh, he'll come back in the last issue. He'll be back in the last issue. We're gonna find out like he won the game. Like he won.
Yeah.
Meanwhile,
So I don't want him to win.
The what it's gonna come down to, it's gonna be Batman, Darkseid, and Superman at the end.
Yeah.
And then Lex Luthor.
Yeah.
And Annabelle. I'm sorry.
Talking about that, Scott Snyder came out and says Annabelle's gonna fight the Joker.
Gosh.
How do you? Okay. What do you think of that? When he told me that, when he sent me that, I was just like, huh?
I look at that and I go, first of all, how? And secondly, why?
Well, Annabelle's
I know what she is.
a demonic doll.
But I'm like, why the Joker?
Because the Joker's crazy enough to fight a stupid demonic doll.
I
That's
think
why.
Here's my thing.
I just want to know who's gonna win.
The doll!
The Joker!
Yeah, see, we're getting two different...
It's the doll! And you know what's gonna be funny? We're gonna see a freaking painting up there, and it's gonna be the freaking nun. Joker's gonna be facing off against the nun, the crooked man, and Annabelle at this point.
And Sub-Zero.
It's in the comic book, they are not ready to announce it's gonna be the Joker versus the Conjuring universe, a DCKO crossover tie-in.
Wouldn't you read that?
Yeah,
I would read that.
Hell yeah, I would. I read the whole Conjuring comic book series.
Oh.
It was good.
But back to Knightfight.
Knightfight was good. I liked Nightwing's costume though. He donned the Batman costume, but still had Nightwing like.
I like that
stuff to it, and then he's like, the whole time he's like blaming Bruce and yelling at him and fighting him, and all of a sudden he has this whole army of Robins, and he's like, oh yeah, I have this Robin Academy. Anyone can be a Robin. And so it shows like the Teen Titans as well. Like you get Starfire doing acrobatics and that type of training, the stuff that Dick did in the circus. You got Raven teaching a class, and then you have Beast Boy. Beast Boy kind of looked like a counselor to me, but it's like, okay, this is so interesting. He got the Titans to actually help him with all this stuff, which is nice. And then it goes to the statues where it's like, you killed them, Bruce, and I'm just like, oh.
But the funny thing is like, yeah, he killed them because they show off.
Yeah.
He's gonna fight Jason Todd. He's gonna fight Tim Drake. He's gonna fight Damian. Yep. And I'm very upset he's not gonna fight Terry McGinnis.
Yep.
But then again, in Justice League Limited, Batman Beyond is Tim Drake.
Yeah.
I hated that so much.
It's an interesting twist.
Yeah. I mean, it makes sense to some extent.
To some extent.
What did you guys think of the preview for Batman Beyond and Static Shock?
I did not read it. I don't read previews.
Okay.
I want to wait for the book.
We got the preview.
No, it's in
the book.
It's at the end.
Oh, okay. So
Yeah.
I did read that preview, and I thought it was interesting.
It's a continuation of the Batman Beyond.
Yeah.
It's just a continuation of Batman Beyond, the Justice League.
I don't know. I'm just interested to see where it's gonna go. You know, because it's like I was reading this and I was just like, oh, okay, interesting.
I'm very excited to still. I don't read previews because if I'm gonna read it, I want to read it all at once.
Right.
Even though the preview for Knightfight was spoiled right away, it was just like, okay, it was in every single issue.
I'm very excited because I did like the crossover when they did it in the cartoon.
Mm-hmm.
I loved all the artwork. So far, the artwork looks really good. It definitely reminds me of the season 3 episode, The Call.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's what I'm getting out of it. So yeah.
I forgot about the preview for a second.
You're good. No. What do you guys looking forward to the next issue for Knightfight?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Because I know what it's gonna be. He's gonna stop Grayson, and he's gonna go and fight Jason Todd.
I can't wait to see Jason Todd's Batman.
I already know what it looks like. It is.
Can't wait.
That one's actually my favorite design.
Is it?
Really?
I love the battle wear that Bruce Wayne's wearing. I really like that.
Yeah, I do too.
That battle wear reminds me of the famous Batman Last on Earth.
Yeah.
Battle wear, but I do like Dick's new suit as Batman.
Yeah.
But we're getting ready for Supergirl next year.
Woman of Tomorrow.
And there's lots of Supergirl comic books we are going to be talking about throughout the year, throughout this year and next year to come.
Yeah.
But we figured we'd talk about the first appearance. Not one appearance, but another appearance. Action Comics 252 came out 1959. So, not all... Shut up.
Gee, you know your stuff, mister.
So, we have 2 first appearances.
Mm-hmm.
Supergirl.
Yep.
Todd, you want to tell me what the other first appearance was?
The Killer Tin Man himself, Metallo.
So let's get to it. So the first appearance, the first part of the 252 comic is first appearance of Metallo.
Mm-hmm.
What did we think of the Metallo first appearance? What did we like of the story?
Superman got away with murder.
Pretty much.
Yeah, and then Lois also thought Metallo was Superman. And she's like, oh, you're the man that I love. And then Metallo's like, yeah. And he's like, gee, if she catches us in the same room, I'm done for.
Can you just imagine? Because it's like, okay, he wants to bang Lois Lane. What's going to happen when you want to bang Lois? You're naked and you're a half robotic body.
It's like the Terminator.
Yeah.
I'll be back.
Like, are you going to have sex with your clothes on? I mean, like, I need to know.
Take off your shirt. No, I can't.
He also's got the evil little mustache.
Yeah.
I noticed that. I love that.
But it's like, wait, Lois, girl, hold on. Superman doesn't have a mustache, so how could he have...
Secret identity.
I get that, but it's like, what does he do? Rip off the mustache
Yeah.
as well?
Yeah.
Why not?
Erases it?
See the weird thing is that did not, I thought Metallo was gonna be someone, different, not basically looks like Superman. That's fucking bizarro to me. So in the 50s, so now I need to know, like in the 50s and the 60s, did every villain want to look like Superman?
Maybe.
Yeah, probably much.
Maybe.
I mean, Lex Luthor is just Superman bald.
Yeah, very much. Like Bizarro is Bizarro.
It could also be same face syndrome back then.
Yeah.
Brainiac is just Superman as a computer.
Well, the way everyone's drawn, Superman's got the same face as a lot of people except for Lois.
That's
and
same face syndrome.
And Jimmy. Golly, Superman.
I like how Metallo's also like, Superman can fly, I can't. And then it's like, he helps out this one guy. He's like, golly, thanks, sir.
Yeah, he like lifts up the tank. It's like, I can't move my car. I got you. Thanks, Superman.
Golly, thanks, Superman.
It's just like the police. I love the Superman chase where the Metallo steals the car wearing a Superman outfit.
Yeah. And he's just like, oh, well, if she thinks I'm Superman, I gotta look like Superman now. And then he just like automatically gets a costume. And it's like, where'd you get this, buddy?
At the store. At the store. Everybody wants to be Superman these days.
I guess so.
I've got to use my evil plan of using kryptonite to...
And she's already calling him honey, and one night he's like, yeah, yes, dear. And then he's like, God damn it, this woman cannot find out. I gotta keep this up, but for how long? Meanwhile, Superman commits murder.
Yeah, I love the ending of this. It's just like, because what it is that he uses uranium to fuel the body, and you find out there's a second fuel, and it's kryptonite.
Yeah.
And Superman switches the kryptonite in the box with a rock that's painted green. So at the end, he dies.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, Superman, no.
Hey.
Like,
wait a minute.
And somehow that was approved by the comic authority people.
Yeah.
Because he's the villain.
That's one way to do it.
Yeah, I mean... And he didn't technically die. Just his heart stopped.
He had a heart attack, just like the other guy.
Yeah. I would love a story where, like, and it's probably been told, but, like, Metallo is dead. Like, he's dead. And he's woken up, like, 20 years later. And just, I want to know the story of him when he was asleep. And then 20 years later. Like, how amazing would this be if there was an actual sequel where, like, he comes back now. This Metallo from the 50s is now back in modern times.
Yeah. That'd be interesting, because then it's just like, what happened? It's like you've been dead for 20 years.
Make a joke where it's like, yeah, he's been through multiple crises.
Somehow
he just doesn't know it.
Yeah.
He survived it all. I mean, him coming back, I think Lois would be a lot smarter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
We would hope.
I'd
Yeah.
hope so.
We would hope.
Yeah. But outside of that, what did you think of the first story?
It was a little silly, but also it's Superman
It's
doing
the 50s.
the murder. It's just like, I thought you didn't kill Superman. Come on. Painting a rock. This will do. This will stop him.
I gotta use my X-ray vision to stop the radiation from the kryptonite.
I'm too weak. I can't blow it away.
It's those stupid moments that I love. It's like,
oh yeah, no, I love
in
them
comics,
too. It's very silly, but at the same time, you gotta think of when this was made,
Oh yeah.
And it's just like, that was what they had for the time, But it's just like, every time I reread a facsimile, I go, ha, yeah, that's silly.
Yeah.
That's not like how stuff is today with comics. They won't have that in today's comics. Where it's just, it kind of makes them look a little dumb.
Obviously, we talked about Metallo.
Yeah.
But the main hero,
Linda Lee.
LL. Why do all the women I know have the initials of LL?
It's Linda Lee. First appearance. Oh, nope.
Supergirl.
That's
First
right.
appearance.
That's right. Supergirl's first appearance.
All right. Where do we want to begin with this?
That's a good question. Where do we want to begin with this?
Do we want to go with the fact that she was wearing a Supergirl outfit in the rocket?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do we want to talk about how Superman's like, screw you, you're going to an orphanage?
Yeah.
Or how
here's a wig.
Or how Superman's obsessed with the initials LL.
Lois Lane, Lana. Now you're Linda.
See, that doesn't bother me. What bothered me is that he was thinking of it in his mind, like, why are you bringing up all the women I love have LL in their names? What are you thinking? What are you thinking right now? Do you want to bang your cousin? I know that happens somewhere along the line in the comic books. Like, he wants to bang his cousin.
It's Krypton. You don't know what goes on in Krypton.
I mean, it's still better than, a horse wanting to, screw her. Which we'll talk about that another day. But,
I don't know where this is at. I mean, this just once again shows its age.
No, incest doesn't have an age.
It's just Superman threw her in an orphanage.
Which I was just like, oh, but she's your cousin. You're not going to take her in?
See, I can accept that he didn't want to take her in. Which first of all proves that Superman's a dick.
Yeah.
But why not send her to
Mom?
Pa?
Right.
Which ends up happening eventually
Yeah.
one day. But
After she dies in the Crisis on Infinite Earths.
But yeah, no, I don't.
Spoiler.
Oh no, I know that.
I don't understand. I mean, like I said, it's just back in the day. I mean, we watched.
Yeah, but I don't remember Superman ever being a dick.
Superman has always been a dick back in the day. Jimmy Olsen bought him a bathrobe.
Yeah, that's true.
For Father's Day, and Superman just burns it up and goes, "I have no son."
Men were very different back in the day too, hon. Remember that.
I know
Remember that.
I know that.
Remember,
They
there's
treated women differently.
Here's the thing. There's a panel where Superman's holding on to a tree, holding on to Batman, and Batman's holding on to Robin to try to rescue someone in the river.
Sacrifice the boy.
Superman's a dick.
Yeah, I know.
Well,
But
Batman's the dick too. Batman's holding on to Robin, going.
No, I can accept that. No, I can totally accept that.
But Superman
Can fly.
Superman has changed, you guys. Now Superman's a little bit nicer now. But yeah, back.
No, he's still a dick.
No, Superman's more Boy Scoutish though.
But Superman was definitely. I don't know where this. I don't know. It was a weird time for Superman again. That's all I have to say.
Yeah.
It's just you threw your cousin in an orphanage. You know you had an adopted parents.
And also the disguise you gave her. Like.
So that didn't bother me.
I don't know. Don't you remember what Lana looks like? She kind of has dark brown hair.
Well,
Again, what does Superman want to do in this comic book? I'm sorry. He's having bad thoughts about his cousin.
Yeah.
well, he was just shocking with my cousin.
Wait, you're son of a. My dad's. We're cousins. Oh, I have a cousin.
Wait a minute. Hold on a second here. Superman gets raised from a farm. Just hear me out, people. We don't know how far Smallville was. Maybe things were a little twisted back in the day. Where Smallville was at.
Oh, let's talk about Alan Richardson. Yes.
So Alan Richardson is looking like he's being confirmed he's going to be joining the DC universe, which is awesome. He's had talks with James Gunn. He is not going to be playing Batman. A lot of people have been dreaming of him playing Batman. That Solwad shot in Creature Commandos where Phosphorus, the lights go down. Oh my God, what's going on? It's a shot of Batman. And it's a bulk Batman. And Alan Richardson looks like a bulk Batman. Well, that's not happening.
But he was supposed to be... Wasn't he supposed to be Batman in Justice League Mortal?
No. Armie Hammer.
Armie Hammer.
And I still say this today. Armie Hammer had always been my first choice for Batman. Ever since I saw Lone Ranger, which was not a good movie, but I enjoyed it. Oh. And then Man from U.N.C.L.E. Man from U.N.C.L.E., you actually get the Batman and Superman fight you've been wanting.
Yeah.
Henry Cavill versus Armie Hammer. But Alan Richardson wants to play more of a grittier person, or grittier hero or villain. Something a little bit.
He should be Bane.
Bane, yes.
Mm-hmm.
Even though I do want Bane to be
Dave Bautista.
No. More
no.
More closer to his country.
Okay.
Well,
you had the idea of him as Wildcat.
Yeah, well, that was a rumor that I've been hearing a lot about, which to me I think would be really cool. Even though I want someone older, I would love Wildcat to be played by. I was thinking about this. I don't really want it to be Schwarzenegger or Stallone.
Mm-hmm. Right.
But I would want that old 80s action here. I think Dolph Lundgren.
Ooh, Dolph Lundgren.
Okay.
Yeah.
Would probably be a really good choice. But I want that old, because Wildcat, the whole point of Wildcat is that he's retired.
Yeah.
But he doesn't want to give it up.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
You know.
Like he still wants to keep.
Yeah, but he's old. Like
stuff, but.
Once
you're up there, though, it's kind of hard to.
Yeah.
Keep doing what you've been.
But I mean,
my
thing, my logic behind that is that this is a different universe.
Right.
Bodies are different,
Yeah.
And there are people that, that still look good for an older age. And I'm not, we're looking at maybe an 80 and 90-year-old guy.
Mm-hmm.
I can, my suspension of disbelief can still be like a 90-year-old can look like a Wildcat.
Yeah.
Because it's a weird comic book universe type deal. But big rumor was that, he was supposed to be Wildcat. You brought a really good one before we started the show.
I did. I want to hear a lot before I give you my thought. Alanna, don't steal it.
I don't know, because I wanted him as Batman. I thought he would do good as Batman, but it's like, if he's not going to be Batman, then...
How about Batman training Terry McGinnis?
I could see that, but it's like... I don't know now.
You don't know that?
Yeah, because it's like I had this picture of him as Batman, especially from that Creature Commandos episode. I was like, he's got the bulkiness.
Your dad has always been behind Alan Richardson as Batman, but then he was telling me he's getting a little too big to be Batman.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, so I came up with a really good choice. We're getting a Mr. Miracle TV series coming out. We're going into the Gods universe. Alan Richardson is perfect for Orion.
Yeah,
I could see that.
He fits the part. Orion is a god. He's huge.
Yeah.
So I could see that. So that's really the big one. I mean, he looks like it definitely even in the Tom King universe, even in the animated universe and the Jack Kirby as well.
Yeah.
I think Orion would be perfect for him.
I'm trying to think of like a good villain.
Actually, Solomon Grundy. I think it was Solomon.
That would be
that would be interesting.
Someone came up with the idea of Swamp Thing.
Okay.
That'd be interesting.
You got to put a lot of prosthetics and makeup on, but
a lot of prosthetics.
Condiment King.
Todd, at this point you're gonna be Condiment King, and I'll cast you. I will go with. Don't do the clean shave. Give him the beard.
Yeah.
Give him the hint. Give him the hook. Give him the role that he played in Smallville. Give him Aquaman.
That'd be interesting.
That was Lorenzo's choice that blew up Twitter and ended up on a lot of talk shows, podcasts. I went, son of a bitch. But no, that would be good. Is just do Aquaman. Orion, definitely. Wildcat, just gray him up a little bit.
Yeah. Age him a bit.
Yeah. Who else? Let me see here.
I'm trying to think of a villain.
Bane is just too optional.
No.
Deathstroke.
That would be interesting. Mongol.
Oh yeah, I can see that one. You know what? Fuck it. I don't know how dark his voice can get. Dark side.
Showing up on DC Crimes.
Yeah.
Being
interviewed by Jimmy Olsen.
How cool would it be if he was Gorilla Grodd?
That would be interesting.
That'd be interesting too. And also again prosthetics and special effects. But I could see that. Gosh, I just pictured him as Batman. And it's just.
Well, okay. I was gonna talk to you about an interesting choice someone came up with. We're gonna watch the movie on Wednesday.
Yeah.
Frankenstein.
You're gonna love it.
I'm very excited. We were gonna try to watch it.
I saw it in theaters.
Yeah, a lot of people say Frankenstein was really good, and I'm looking forward to it because I love the Monsters universe.
The guy who plays Frankenstein's monster, Jacob.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people are starting to look at him, going, "That could be Batman."
Okay.
Because he's got the broad, he's got the darkness, he got the handsome look of Bruce Wayne.
I'll have to see when we watch it then.
And he's got the voice. And you know what? He loves the Dark Knight. He's got my vote already. But I don't know who else Alan Richardson could play.
He's a great actor, though. You know, it's just like you gotta give him roles that fits him too. You know.
You know what? We're gonna do something. We're gonna do something really cool and interesting with the DC guys. This episode, sir.
All right.
Today, I want you guys to put down who do you think Alan Richardson would be. Don't be doing Batman, people. Come up with some really cool DC character choices.
Go into your archives.
Mm-hmm.
Think hard.
Yep. Comment down below.
I want him to be Captain Carrot.
And on that note,
I don't want to be any prosthetics. I just want him to be in his Captain Carrot outfit, and he has bunny ears. He doesn't look like a bunny; he just has bunny ears.
You know what? Screw it. I believe these people. I believe the Powerpuff Girls exist in the DC universe. Mojo Jojo. Alan Richardson is Mojo Jojo. There we go.
Con Gorilla.
And with that, folks, that's an episode of DC.
No, wait. Before we end this, there was another story in Supergirl 252. And I didn't know, I totally forgot he existed. They did a side story for Con Gorilla.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah, I saw Tootsie Roll commercials. Those look good. 1 cent for Tootsie Rolls.
Oh boy.
He rubs his little ring and his mind switches into a giant girl.
I'm like reading this comic and I'm like,
I was loving the ads. 1 cent for Tootsie Rolls.
1 penny, please.
I can't wait till we get to, Lex Luthor stealing Hostess fruit pies.
Batman, or
put those pies down, Lex.
Or the Super Friends interfering and getting. Stay tuned, kids, for another episode of Super Friends. And while you enjoy waiting, here's some Hostess fruit snacks. That's how the 70s was.
That reminds me of that episode of Dexter's Laboratory.
That's exactly what it is.
Today's episode of DC Guys, presented by Hostess fruit
Not
pies.
sponsored, not sponsored.
Whoa, wait, pie?
Pie.
You had pie.
I did have pie. Apple pie.
Pumpkin pie.
A hand apple pie.
Blueberry pie.
That's all I heard on the way here.
Strawberry rhubarb pie.
Oh, I know that.
That's a good pie.
Chocolate pie.
Peanut butter chocolate pie.
Cheesecake.
And on that note, ladies and gentlemen, it's another episode special of
the
DC Guys / Pie. I'm Adam.
I'm Alanna.
And I'm Todd.
And we're going to go get some pie. Everyone, I'll see you all next week. Take care.
And we'll be looking at our second favorite Green Lantern. Who is it? I guess you'll have to find out.
Ooh.
And will we get pie?
No.
Me too. Oh.